This episode is all about how to structure a coaching program. Most coaching programs actually fail. It's not because the coaching is bad, but because the structure is weak. Should you do weekly calls? Should you use a template? What about group chat? How do you manage your assignments? In this episode, we'll look at all the different building blocks that could go into your coaching program, and you'll know which ones you should focus on and which ones you should eliminate. I've tried to put together real-world examples so that you could really apply it and understand. You'll see what's working and what's not working. So let's dive right in. All right, so the way that I've structured this episode, I'm pretty excited about. I hope it works well. I've looked at 10 different examples. So these are 10 different program features, like part of your coaching program. And so we can look at all 10 of them and you can decide which of the 10 are right for you. Onboarding assessment. Okay, so I've got some notes here, and for my example of an onboarding assessment, let's say clients start by completing a 30-question digital assessment that evaluates mindset, business model, their current revenue. The coach uses this to tailor the first few sessions. So the question that I need you to ask, or ask yourself and get an answer for, is the assessment here, is it just for optics? And just be truthful about it. Are you doing it for optics? Or is it really going to impact the end result that your client's going to get? I've seen this to where it can really build false expectations for the coaching client. Now, if it's done for optics, just understand that you need to have some optics, but know what to emphasize, what to put energy on, and when not to stress about it. And I would really look at, okay, if you're going to go through all this effort to do this assessment, how can you leverage that data to really improve the outcome that's delivered? So I've seen plenty of coaching programs that will use an assessment. They're not intending it to be just for optics, but they get that data and then they hand that data to the coaching client as if the coaching client knows what to do with it. They never look at it again. Weekly one-on-one coaching calls. All right, so the example here is a client gets one 60-minute Zoom call per week for 12 weeks. Calls are open-ended, driven by what the client wants to discuss. Okay, so I wanted to look at that specific example or a specific scenario because there's a lot wrong with that. Just scheduling an arbitrary 12 weeks and they're open-ended, the client it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna sell sessions. I am just amazing to talk to, and I'm really gonna provide you so much value because everything I say is glorious. So yeah, you're gonna hire me, we're gonna do 12 weeks of this. You can ask me whatever you want. I have seen so many coaches take that path and every single one of them has failed. So your coaching needs to be structured. It doesn't matter the quantity of them, but it matters where you're going. Right? So your client is here and you're going to help them get to here. And all the coaching that you do needs to help them step by step. So just having open Q&A sessions is not going to help them get there. You need to give them assignments and you need to make sure that they're making progress. You can use asynchronous communication mixed in with one-on-one calls to make sure that they're progressing. A question you can ask yourself is, are you putting a lot of responsibility on the client to know what they need? Or are you the expert? Are you going to provide expert consulting? Or are you going to be actually coaching them and pulling the answers out of them? Either way, you've got to have clarity on that, not let them direct it. Number 3, self-paced video lessons. Okay, so the example here, the program includes 15 recorded videos ranging from 5 to 25 minutes each, hosted on a private platform with optional worksheets. Okay. That could either be super valuable or it could be worthless. So the commentary that I would provide on providing something like that within your coaching program is this also for optics? Is it so you can provide stuff within your program? Are these videos set up for a structure? Like if you've got a one-on-one coaching call, is there something that they need to watch ahead of time and then an assignment they need to do? And so then your coaching call is to follow up or to review or to give feedback. Like make sure that you have a system. Make sure that you don't just have videos because some people are going to watch them and some people aren't. And if it doesn't matter towards the end result, well then that feature shouldn't be included in your coaching program. But on the other hand, if you do it right, video content like that can really help because you've got a lot of wisdom up here. And there's only so much time that you can spend. Even if you're giving them an hour a week for 12 weeks, you can really leverage your time by giving them a lot of video content that's going to help move them along quicker, give them assignments that they're going to do on their own, so that the time you're spending one-on-one can be way more valuable. It can be hands-on. It can actually be feedback and constructive criticism to help them progress. Number 4, worksheets, templates, and swipe files. All right, how many programs have you joined that has given you access to their vault? And how much of that vault did you actually ever explore or use or consume? So it sounds valuable. It makes a great sales pitch of all these things that are included. It usually is super valuable, but it's not in context. So what should they watch first? What content has prerequisites? Like, what should they do before watching this one? If you just give them access to a vault, should they be spending a lot of time in there, or should they be doing this first? You need to have a structure. Number 5, weekly group coaching calls. All right, so here's the example. Every Thursday, clients join a 90-minute call where 2 or 3 people are coached live and others watch and take notes. Okay, so this sounds fun. I mean, it can be really effective. It can be really valuable. I would look at the end result. So do calls like this strengthen your community? Do they give you positive feedback about it? Does it risk people becoming passive at all? Or do people feel like they're not included because they're not getting one-on-one attention? If you turn completely away from one-on-one to a model like this that's 100% group, and you've got 200 people on the call, but you can only really coach 2 or 3 of them, what is that experience going to be like, right? So it can be a real positive or it can be a real negative. Number 6, a private community. Okay, so you might have a Slack group or a Facebook group, anything else. Like you could have your inner circle. Let's see what the example is here. Okay, so clients have 24/7 access to a private Slack channel where they can ask questions, share wins, and get feedback. So the question that I would have is, does this actually get used? And how big is your community, right? So if you're just starting this out, you're starting your community and people go in there and it's not being used because there's not enough people yet, that might not be a feature that you want to market, or it might give people the wrong impression. They might get excited about it only to be disappointed when they log in. So my recommendation initially would be to hold off on something like that, and also look at, you want people to get an end result. So how is this tool, or in what ways will this tool help them get that end result? That this feature of your program, is it just fluff? Is it just a sales point for you to have another thing? Oh, you're gonna get this, 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 and this, right? You're gonna be access to the Slack channel and have this community? Or is there a way that you could create that type of a tool to really help them move towards that end result? Number 7, homework assignments with deadlines. Yes, yes, and yes. I love giving homework assignments with deadlines. Let's see what the scenario is. After each module, clients must submit a worksheet, implementation checklist, or action report before progressing. So this is all about accountability. Yeah, if you're going to have coaching, think about the other scenario we talked about earlier, where you've just got a weekly call and they're just going to ask away and utilize that hour of time. But contrast that with, you're going to give them an assignment and there's a way that they're going to report it, right? And you're looking for certain things. So when you do have a live call, you have something to ask them about, something to hold them accountable to. Even with my Done For You YouTube production service, my clients are required to submit their outline a week in advance. Now with that, we can do a lot of things. One example is we have thumbnail ideas that we have on filming day. If they don't complete that assignment on time, then we can't guarantee that we can provide those thumbnail ideas on filming day. Number 8, progress reviews. I like the sound of this. Let's see what the example scenario is. Every 4 weeks, clients complete a progress form and the coach provides a Loom video giving feedback and next steps. Ooh, and I love this, and I love that it was video feedback because it's asynchronous communication. So yeah, to be able to track progress and have a system that would do that, and to be able to have the coach provide a video giving some constructive criticism and outlining what the next steps are, that sounds super valuable to me, and it can be super efficient. Number 9, outcome-based milestones. Yeah, this one is so rare but it should be in every coaching program. So if you've got, I guess we'll look at the scenario, but if you've got point A where clients are starting and B or Z or whatever that people are going to, having milestones or checkpoints along the way allows your clients to feel the progress, and it allows you to assess their progress and see where you need to make adjustments so that they can continue to move towards that end goal. Okay, so the scenario is by week 4, you'll have a validated offer. By week 8, you'll have enrolled your first client. Okay, so I love this where it's actually you're taking somebody in business and you've mapped out, all right, you're gonna, let's say it's a revenue goal. But in order to achieve that revenue goal, there's certain things that has to be done. There's calls that need to be made. There's sales that need to happen. So check-ins like that, I would say, are mandatory. Number 10, support between sessions, asynchronous coaching. Okay, so I've kind of already talked about this. The example says, clients can submit questions via email or Loom recordings between calls. Coach responds within 48 hours. So I highly recommend this. It's more valuable and it's way more efficient than just one-on-one calls that you do each week. Communication like this doesn't have to wait for your scheduled call. When you have a thought of inspiration, you can share it right then. When somebody has a question, you don't have to wait to get that question answered. You can just send it over in a message, and you don't have to interrupt your calendar by scheduling in an appointment to actually provide that answer. Highly recommend it. So if you're building a coaching program, structure is critical, and it's one piece of the equation. You also need people. I mean, the right people to enter this coaching program. So I want to teach you how to attract the right people into your coaching program. I'm going to link to a video right there. It's called the LEAF strategy. The LEAF strategy is the best way for coaches to generate leads for their business. So if you're serious about creating the right structure for your coaching program, you do want to make sure that you're pulling in the right people, your dream clients. So go learn about the LEAF strategy right now.